Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Matthew and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for clicking on this video. So for today's video, I am so excited. We are going to be reacting to Tate McRae's newest album, So Close to What. This album just came out today, and I've been anticipating it so much. I was such a fan of her second album, Think Later. That album was my gym album for like all of 2024. On my channel, maybe about a month ago, I actually reacted to her very first album, I Used to Think I Could Fly. I hadn't heard that album before. I'd only heard like 1 or 2 songs from the album. So I did a reaction for that one. If that interests you, then you can definitely go check it out. I also have a Patreon where this video will be fully uncut, unedited, and yeah, my Patreon is Rossi Reacts. I'll link that down below as well if that's something that interests you. I also have an Instagram, Matthew_Rossi. Leave that link down below. What am I expecting for this album? I am expecting upbeat dance music. I know that in recent interviews, she's been saying that she feels like it's her... Excuse me, I hope everything's okay. In her most recent interviews, she's been saying that she feels like this album is definitely a more grown-up version of herself, and I think that'll be reflected in the music so far in the singles. I think it's also been reflected, especially in a song like Sports Car and even Two Hands. I feel like they're a much more mature version of what was on Think Later. So yeah, I am so excited. I'm going to be looking at lyrics as well while we're doing it, just because sometimes I find it difficult to fully comprehend what she's saying on an initial listen. So I am going to have the lyrics up as we are reacting to it. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so track number 1, Miss Possessive.
No, seriously, get your hands off my man.
So we're still doing like the 2000s vibe. Nice.
Trying so hard, run around, try to fuck a star.
I like that melody. Oh, this is very 2000s. I really like this high falsetto. It's very nice. And like the staccato parts, it's cool. I like this part. Hey. Nice. Okay, that was track 1. I see here it's written by Amy Allen and Ryan Tedder, which are common collaborators, especially Ryan Tedder is a common collaborator with her. Very different start to the album in comparison to Cut My Hair with Think Later. I feel like Cut My Hair was about sort of this trying to get over this breakup or this relationship that she was going through, whereas this one is sort of the beginning stages of a new relationship, and when you're really into somebody and then you're like, I like that line where it's like, you can look up at the ceiling or whatever she says, like you can look up, you can look anywhere, but just don't look at him. I think that's a funny way of putting that feeling into words. Really, really cool start, chill start, and yeah, just keeping that kind of 2000s theme that we've heard from the singles so far. So very Britney Spears. I'm trying to think of what song. The My Prerogative era of like Britney Spears and like In the Zone, like that whole era. So I'm excited to see what's next. All right, right into Two Hands. I love this song. I see the progression from Miss Possessive, beginning of relationship, now into Two Hands. Nice. You know me well, little less talk and a lot more touch. Want your 2 hands on me. Hey, this video is so sick too. The choreography, like the set, the cars, the everything. It's just so good. The cinematography. It's honestly, I think, my favorite video of hers. It's so good. Dance break. I wish I could do. Hey, so good, so good. I like the progression. I like the story. I'm seeing the vision. I understand. We're just going to go right into Revolving Door. Oh, I've been so excited for this one for track 3. Ever since she put the thing, I need to get ready. It's a little bit different than what we've heard from the album so far. Oh, I like this. I like this beat. Oh, I love the production on this one. And the mixing too with her voice. Oh, I like the doubling. Yes. Oh, I'm getting chills. Oh, this is nice. Oh, we're getting a little beat change. Oh. And then we're back to this. This is cool, this production. I really like the production on this one. Let's bring it back. It's like wavy. I don't know how to describe it. I like that line. Revolving Door. Okay, Revolving Door, you were up there for me for top songs so far, which I kind of had a feeling because the snippet, like I said, let me get back. The snippet I thought was sick when I heard it on TikTok. That was really good. I am loving the story. And even with Think Later, there definitely was a storyline that kind of ran through the album. And you could definitely hear it with this as well. It's like all about the beginning of a relationship, starting something new. There was a line where she says, I still think about that night in Boston, which makes me think about how, I think it's in the song Think Later. I feel like, or it's at some point in the album, I feel like she talks about something in Boston. Yeah, met you in the night out in Boston. Yeah, so I feel like she's making that connection. So I wonder if this song was written sort of shortly after that album was created. I don't know. But I think that's also good because it's like you're talking about a new relationship, but that old relationship is still... Oh, maybe that's what the song's about. This person in your mind, no matter how much you're trying to get rid of them and move on from them, the thought of them will sometimes, like come back to you like a revolving door. Okay. I don't know if that's right, but in my head, it makes sense. So we're just going to stick with that. Let's just go into the next one. Track 4, Blood on My Hands, featuring Flo Milli. All right. Oh, picking it up. Nice vocal. I kind of like her part more than Tate's part on this one. I feel like her flow and her voice works better with the production. Her vocal layering so far in this album has been really nice. All right, so that one, so probably my least favorite so far. I think her voice sounds really nice, especially in the chorus when she hits those falsetto notes. But I think Flo Milli kind of stole the track a little bit. Yeah, so far not my favorite, but it's still a banger. All right, this is track 5, Dear God. Also another one I've been excited for since the teaser. Yeah. So we're talking about the same guy. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. All the vocal layering. I really like that one too. I really like that one. I think I'm surprised by the context of the song, because if you just listen to the teaser that she put, you wouldn't think that it's about, thinking about a previous relationship and sort of praying to forget about that person or to erase those memories from your mind. However, I feel like there's like a double meaning to it, because when she says hands on my knees, something on the carpet, what does she say? She says, I feel like there's a different connotation to it. Hands on my chest and knees on the carpet, hoping you'll stop it. So that can like be taken in two different ways. It could be taken as she's praying, or it could also be taken that she's using this current boyfriend to get over the previous one. You can put together what she could be doing with her hand. I don't know if that's what she means, but I kind of like that there's, a lot of times in pop music, especially, people use, religious imagery as, a double meaning for songs. And I think that if she is doing that, it's a creative way to kind of speak about two different things, but put it into one message in a song. If she's not doing that, she's just talking about praying, then that's good too. But I feel like there could be kind of a double meaning there. I think that's clever. Now to the next track. I don't remember what number this is. Purple Lace Bra. I've heard her talk a lot about this one. Oh, I like the orchestra. Very different than the other songs. Oh, this is her? Whoa, her voice sounds different. It kind of gives me like a Rihanna vibe. Oh, I got chills again. Oh, that's nice. I got chills. This chorus is really good. Nice. It's so smooth. And yeah, definitely about the media, which I think is a nice a nice layer to add to the album.
Only listen when I'm undressed.
Oh, this is definitely a standout on the album, for sure. 100%. Oh, this is the Emil Haney song. Makes sense. All right, into Sports Car. We know this is shit already. Where'd you put those keys? We can share one seat in the alley in the back. Say it. In the center of this room. Or with the windows rolled down. And the sound at the end. The high-pitched siren. Little scratch. So good. Oh my god. So good. A banger. Okay, Signs.
Thinking we're all good. That one look means I wanna go. See the signs.
We're doing that again. I wasn't locked in. I'll be honest. I was not locked in that beginning verse. She was saying a lot that I wasn't catching. But that chorus kicked in and I was seated. So let's go again. Sorry. I apologize. I need to focus.
Thinking we're all good. It's the opposite lately.
Okay. So there's some trouble in the relationship.
That one look means I wanna go. I'm not mad means you're in trouble. I need you more than first.
Okay, I get it. I gotta get it. This one sounds maybe the most like Think Later production. The production on this album, I gotta be honest, her production always slaps. Like Think Later, the production was amazing, and the production on this album has been so like layered and rich. Oh, key change. Yeah, I gotta be honest, that song needed the key change. That was the best part of the song, was the key change. So that one was interesting because on the first listen, it didn't really like grab my attention. However, that key change was definitely necessary in order to really, because the song's pretty repetitive. I mean, most of her songs are, but this one I felt like the chorus was definitely the best part of the song, and it was repeated a lot. So having that key change, I think, really benefited in making the song feel more whole. I think definitely an important piece of the puzzle in the album as a whole. Is it on the top? Not right now, but that can always change. I Know Love featuring the Kid Laroi. Oh, we're jumping right in. So now we're very happy in the relationship. Ooh, I like his vocal delivery. Oh, this is very 2000s, having the na 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 refrain. Yeah. I kind of wish on the chorus they were harmonizing more, like their voices were layered more, but that's just a personal preference. So short. Tate, why are your songs so fucking short? All right, I Know Love. Again, definitely important in the storyline for the progression of the album. I feel like these last two songs were a bit of like they didn't hit as hard as the previous songs. The Kid Laroi, his song, I'm not too familiar with his music, but his voice sounded really good on this track. Same with the other feature. Like, I feel like the features are kind of standing out more than she is on her own songs. But like I said, definitely important for the album, important for the progression. I think it's a really chill song. It's an easy song to listen to, but does it stand out on my initial listen of, the top for the album? No, like I do. We got to pick it up a little bit, I think. There we go. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Yep. Is it about the media? Or maybe it's about someone else in the industry, but I don't think so. It's an interesting one lyrically. Yeah, this hook is good. This is very Britney Spears. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that was very Britney Spears. Like, Oops, I Did It Again. That kind of vibe. Yeah. Interesting. That's kind of a weird one, which I like. Oh, now we're into the HBIC. We're just gonna vibe out.
First place, it's okay, I'm okay.
I wish that I could like properly dance. I love dancing, but I'm not a dancer.
You can have them anyway.
This move that she does with the hand out was sick.
Okay, I'm okay. Had them in the first.
I gotta say, placement on the album, it actually makes so much sense. This part is so crucial. This outro is so crucial to the song. So what I was gonna say was that when I first heard it, like I said, I thought that it sounded very similar to Think Later. However, and I remember when I saw the track list and it was so low towards the end of the track list, I was like, well, that's kind of weird because to me it feels like a transition song from like the previous era to this new one. But in the context of the album and in the storyline, it definitely makes sense that it's later on, because I feel like, especially right after that, I think it was called Like I Do, the last song, where she's talking about like, you know, this person's trying to be her, doesn't know if they want to be friends with her or what the situation is, and talking about like backstabbing and all that stuff, to then go into this song, it definitely makes sense with the progression of the storyline. So I like that. I like when I'm pleasantly surprised about a track placement. Yeah, I definitely see the vision. All right, what is the next song? No, I'm Not in Love. Okay, so she was in love and now she's not. This like production is interesting. The dun 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 dun.
In love, I'm not thinking about you. Hey, every girl your eyes go to.
Sounds like Denial a little bit, but this one's like really interesting, really weird production choices, but I like it.
Matter of fact, we could probably be friends. You should know in advance, don't waste it.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about you.
Yeah, really interesting production choices on this track.
Think that.
Nice. Okay, another Amy Allen, Ryan Tedder track. That one, I think, yeah, that one's so relatable. When you're talking to your friends when you meet someone new, and then you're like, no, like I don't have like really strong feelings for that person. Like, no, it's something new. It's just fresh. Like, I'm not, guys, like really, like it's not that serious. That is cool, and especially because we have the other song, which is talking about being in love. And I think that I like that the placement of that one, because you would think, okay, this will go first, and then I'm in love would go afterwards. But I think that it's like, those are the intimate moments that they have with each other in the beginning, and they're falling hard and they're like, oh fuck yeah, I am in love with you. But then this is like now the aftermath of going to her friends and being like, no, like it's like I'm not, like guys, like let's be real here, okay? Like it's not, you're making it into a thing, it's not a thing. Like trying to convince her friends and herself and the other person. Like, yeah, I like that. It's very relatable. All right, Means I Care. Oh, this is also 2000s. This is almost like Nelly Furtado a little bit.
Probably should've. That's my favorite line. If I cut you off, it just means I care. I like you this much. I like you.
I don't know how I feel about the na-na-nas in the back of that chorus. I don't know if it goes together. Yeah, the production on this album is so smooth. Like, it's crazy. Okay, the na-na-nas grew on me. I think because they weren't, as the song went on, they weren't so prominent in the mix. They kind of fell back a little bit as more things started to come forward. At first, in that first chorus, it just sounded off, because it was sounded like off key or dissonant or something. So it took me out for a second, but that one was really smooth. That was a nice one. Again, I don't know if it's like top of the top, but I could definitely see it growing. And just being a song that I would listen to like when I'm driving or something like that. Okay, Green Light.
Chains hanging off your chest when you kiss me.
Cool production.
I'm still waiting at the green light to tell you what I feel.
Oh, I like this production.
I'm still trying to make a beeline. Stop band-aids and bullet holes. Don't go. PCH, just you and me.
Yeah, this one's nice.
Everything I thought you wanted.
This is one is almost like a mix of like all three of her albums in one, if that makes sense. This chorus is nice. Yeah, that's a nice melody. Yeah, nice melody. Oh, that's sick. Oh my god, I can just imagine on tour this is gonna go so hard. Oh, I wanted more of that. I wanted more of that production to kind of like finish the song. I really wanted more of that sound, that production that was coming in at the bridge. All right, I really like that one. I heard too, apparently it was supposed to be, she said in an interview that it was originally going to be the first single for the album. I think she was smart to go with the more like upbeat songs. However, this one does, I'm trying to think of which, if It's Okay I'm Okay or this one is a better representation of the album. Maybe Greenlight is a better representation of the soundscape for the record. However, I think that she was smart to go with It's Okay I'm Okay, because that was that ended up being a bigger song than I think this would have been if it was the first choice. However, I do really like that one, but I wish that they went more in the production. All right, Nostalgia, which I believe is the last track.
Daddy went to law school and could have been an architect anyway, and I manifested you. Go, where's the time go?
Yeah.
Standing in the bathroom, me like no. Funny thing about nostalgia, did she know that's all her kids would ever grow to feel? Time that I drink and heart that I break, it's a truckload.
That second verse was it. That was it.
Yeah, I wake up feeling like
Yeah, that sold it for me. Interesting way to close out the album. Huh. All right. Well, that was my reaction to Tate McRae's So Close to What. Let me talk a little bit about Nostalgia, and then I'll talk about the whole album. Then I'll talk about the album as a whole. I think with this song, I love the production, which I love the production basically of this whole album. That second verse really is what sold it for me, because the first verse I was like, okay, like, yeah, I get the sentiment of what she's saying, but you know when sometimes people put in like really intricate personal lyrics that are so specific to people in their life that like you understand what they're saying, but it doesn't really relate to you. So that one, I was kind of like, okay, like I get what she's saying. But then when she said the second verse, when she goes, my mom wasn't raised right, oh no, all she ever knew was guilt. Little did she know that's all her kids would ever grow to feel. And every choice leads back to that trait. Every time that I drink and a heart that I break, it's a truckload of regret and stupid mistakes. And man, lately I wake up feeling like, and then it goes into, oh God, where's the time go? All that stuff. I think that part is like, okay, this is what we're saying in the song. Now we're bringing it back to the narrator of the song. And that whole part when it's like every choice leads back to that trait. Every time that I drink and heart that I break, it's a truckload of regret and stupid mistakes. I think anyone can relate to that, whether it's something that, you know, was instilled in you as a child or whatnot. But like, if you're somebody that always wants to make sure they're doing the right thing, or always wants to make sure that they're making other people happy, or don't want to embarrass yourself with a certain situation, then I think you're always kind of feeling that sense of pressure that you put on yourself, for lack of better words. So definitely a relatable track. And I can see why she ended it on that song. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. To be honest, it's more chill than what I thought it was going to be. Like, Think Later, to me, I feel like even though it had a lot of like the slower songs kind of weaved in with the bangers, I feel like it was more hard hitting. Whereas this album, I feel like is more like smooth, which I guess kind of goes with the album cover. I feel like it kind of fits the smooth, more like R&B production choices. Is it, you know, above Think Later for me? I don't know. Time will tell. Think Later is a really, really, I think, like incredible album. This, I think, will be a really nice summer driving album. I could definitely hear it that way. So on my initial listen, this is my track list ranking. These always change as time goes on, but again, this is just on my first reaction, my first listen. If you did enjoy this reaction and you want to see the fully uncut, unedited version, again, you can find that on my Patreon with all my other reaction videos. If you want to see my reaction to I Used to Think I Could Fly, that is also up on my channel. And yeah, if you like this video, then leave a comment of what your favorite tracks were for Tate McRae's album, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.